Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this particular video, I'm going to take you through the basic function and formulas that are most common in Excel. And we are going to look at average, count, max, mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. If you look at the previous video that I had already prepared, I'd already shown you on how to get the total, the sum if, the count if, and also how to use the logical function if. So let's dive direct to the whole thing. So a function, as we know in mathematics or anything to do with the computation, is a function is used to perform simple or complex calculation. For the average, for us to get the average, which is the function that provides arithmetic means for the values specified, in a range of cells. For example, if you look at our case, we have mathematics, English, chemistry, biology, and physics. Let us assume that we want to get an average of this one for Faith John. So as usual, we need to remember that all the formulas must always start with the let me increase, must always increase. Okay, for this one, as usual, we start with the equal sign, then average, then we introduce our argument. We want to get the average for Faith John from mathematics, which is on cell E6, this one, 2 colon, to physics, which is on high I6, then you close the bracket, then you press the enter. So the average for Faith John is supposed to be 63.2. So the most important part is how not to work with the formula, which is supposed to be equal sign average. Then you introduce the argument. The cells are between E6 and now to get the remaining average for the other students, we just need to drag at you're supposed now to drag on the bottom right. Okay, let's move to the next part. So for this other one, we have the count, and for the count, this function will count the number of cells that contains values within a certain prescribed range or list of arguments. Let's assume that we want to count the number of cells that contain the subject, which is from mathematics or to physics. So I will write down my formula, which is equal sign, then count. We want to count from, introduce the argument from E6. I sometimes prefer to use then you can drag all the way to the cell that you want. Then you close the brackets, then press the enter. So the number of cells that contains values are from this one, and the total number is 5. So to get now the remaining other students, you can drag at the bottom right. So the number of cells are 5. Okay, let's move to the next point, which is the max. Max and mean, we almost apply the same formula. The only thing that you need to do is to write the word either mean or the max. So we move to max. So as usual, we start with the equal sign, then max, then the range. So as usual, what you need also to remember on the before you write down the argument is that the maximum, the function will return the biggest value in the selected range of cells. And we need to remember that we are dealing with cells E to cell I, which contain the subject physics. Okay, now to get the cell with the biggest value or the highest value, supposed to be equal sign marked, then introduce the argument, which is from E6 all the way to EI, then you press. So the subject with the highest value is chemistry with 89. As you can also see from the values that we have, 87 is the highest. Okay, to get the rest, you can as well as drag as I've already shown you. Okay, let's move to mean. Mean, which is supposed to be the opposite of max. So the mean function will return the smallest value or number in the selected range of cells. Okay, as usual, we start with the equal sign, then the mean. The mean introduce the argument, and it's from E6 to, which is supposed to be accompanied by a colon in between, to I6. I6 the brackets, then you press the enter. So the subject which this particular person scored the list is the mathematics with a value of 45. So that is the minimum value in the range of cells that we have selected. Okay, let me get the rest. So I drag all the way to the bottom and I will get the remaining part. Okay, let's move to median. And for the median, the function will return the number in the middle of the set of given range of numbers. A middle number in the middle, that's the most important part. So the median would give us the number that is almost at the middle. So we have to get the median. And guys, and as you continue to watch, don't forget to subscribe. Continue to subscribe, to like, and if at all you have any question, you can write it down at the comment section. Okay, we continue. We have a median. Then we have our argument. Our argument is from E6 to I6. Close the brackets, then enter. So our median is 56. Okay, to get now the remaining answer, I will drag to the bottom part and there I get the answer. Okay, then the mode. For the mode, this function returns the value appearing the most time in a range of cells. Most time. Okay, as usual, the formula equal sign, then we have the mode, then we have 6 I6, let me see, then so it's not applicable since I don't think there's a number which is repeating itself. Okay, let me try to drag the formula and see whether I'll get okay, for this one I'm getting a 67. Okay, let me check from the list. We have this one, I'll give it a different color, and this one. That's why we have the mode not applicable, meaning that there's no number that is repeating itself in the list of values that we have. So we have this one, and also 79, and also 45 for the mode. Maybe you can try to change this one to maybe a value like 84 and see whether we'll get any change on the other part. As you can see, it will change automatically since we have introduced a new number, and we are able now to get a mode, a number that appears the most. Okay, then we have our standard deviation. For the standard deviation, this is a quantity that is calculated to indicate the extent of variation for a set of numbers. Okay, let's try to get the standard deviation for the subject that these students did. Okay, so we have equal sign, then standard deviation of the formula, STD EV bracket. Then we give the argument from E6 to I6 brackets. Enter, and the standard deviation is supposed to be, the variation is 19. Okay, to get the standard deviation of the other number, I will just drag the formula to the other sides. So those are some of the very basic statistical function that you will come across in the Excel. So you need to get yourself conversant with them as soon as possible if you at all you are interested to know more of the Excel. Okay, the other one we have the sum. For the sum, we can use the sum to get maybe we can use this one to get totals. And for the sum, it is supposed to be sum. Then we have the argument that is from E6 to I6. Then you cross the argument and you get the total. Okay, now to get the rest, as usual, drag this one to the bottom part, just like that. Then the last part, that is product. Now let's assume that we want to multiply some values. For example, we multiply the count and the standard deviation. Count and the standard deviation. So I will have equal sign. Okay, for multiplication, there are more than one procedure, but let me use this one, which is equal sign. Then we have the product. Then we can multiply. We multiply cell L, L6, and maybe a cell like Q6. This one will maybe it would like to bring an error. Okay, let me go for a cell like okay. And Q6 and M6. Then I'll close the brackets, then I press the enter. So this answer, the answer that I've got is so this is this one multiplying by this one multiplying by this one, count multiplied by max. Alternatively, you can go with this one, equal sign. Then we have the cell that you are interested with, L6 multiplied by M6. Then we have there goes, which is let me see. So those are the function and the formula that you use mostly in Excel if you want to do any kind of computation. So I think we have covered all that we needed to cover. That is the average, count, max, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, sum, and product. If you need to know more of advanced function that we need, for example, in the case of logic, that is the if, the nested if, sum if, and the count if, just watch the other video that I've already posted on those other cases. So thank you for taking time. Don't forget to subscribe. Continue sharing with your friends. That subscription will count so much in support of this channel. Subscription is free, so you don't have to worry of anything. So thank you and bye bye.